Royals fans, welcome back in. I have a very special guest here, an all-time Victoria Royal. Obviously, some recent big news for yourself, Scott Walford. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks a lot for having me. Looking forward to the interview.
Yeah, of course. So we'll get right into the big news, of course. Late last week, the news came out that you've signed a AHL contract with the Syracuse Crunch. Tell me what the emotions were for yourself finding out the big news and obviously putting pen to paper.
Yeah, there's a lot of emotions. I think when you start playing hockey, your goal's always to be a professional hockey player at some point. And for me to kind of realize that and sign my first professional deal, it's it was very, I guess I was very happy with it. I was happy to celebrate with my family, some friends, but at the same time to understand that the journey's just starting now in my professional career. It's a results-based business, so it's kind of that you're super excited, but at the same time you're a bit stressed because it's time to make sure you have a good off season and get ready for the start of next year.
Yeah, and of course, like you mentioned, there an exciting time for yourself, the beginning of a long career, I'm sure ahead. But earlier on in March, you signed the amateur tryout with Syracuse, ended up playing a couple games for them into the playoffs as well. So, what did you learn about that experience of AHL hockey and just getting up to the professional level?
Yeah, it was great for me. I was able to end my year at McGill and then go up and play a couple games up there and be up there for the playoff run. And it was great to just kind of learn how to be a pro and get my feet wet there. So I got into the games and thought I played well in the games that I played in. So got a bit of confidence with that. And then now it's just about kind of taking everything that I can get. So it's earning ice time every time I'm there. And I think the big thing that I probably learned was just the speed of play and how important it is to just be a pro every day. And by being a pro, it's going into the rink, making sure that you're ready for practice, ready for your workout, ready to do recovery, and just do all the little things that are going to give you an edge on the ice against your opponents.
Yeah, no, I'm sure, and that's definitely a stepping stone as well as you start to move along in your career. Of course, you've had a great hockey career to this point as well, and we're going to talk about a lot of the stuff that you did here in Victoria as well. But just kind of back on that Syracuse note, your couple games there, obviously a great experience for yourself. But was there any player, anyone in particular, that when you made that jump, maybe got you under their wing, talked to you a little bit just about what this jump kind of looks like, or is it kind of collective group effort, just talking to different guys?
Think collective group effort. I was very fortunate. I played with Jordy Bellerive back in midget. He played in Lethbridge while I was in the Western League, and I got to go there and see a familiar face there, which was awesome. And then there was quite a few Western guys, so I got close with former Kelowna Rocket Tyson Feist, Everett Silvertip, Gage Gonsalves, Jack Finley, former Spokane and Winnipeg uh, players, or I guess he played for both those teams. So got close to all those guys, got close to other guys that were there, and for me personally, it was just kind of like they're a bit younger guys, but they've had a few more years of experience, so they were able to kind of tell me where to be, what time, little tips here and there, and it definitely helped me a lot and made the transition a bit easier.
Yeah, I'm sure, and that WHL connection definitely stays strong, I'm sure.
It
Uh,
does, even though they might be rivals. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun at the end of the day, I'm sure. But kind of moving back now to your last couple years, Miguel. Obviously, a great career there at McGill, and especially this last season, the 2023-2004, some individual accolades as well as team success. So, what can you tell me about your final season at McGill?
Yeah, last year was awesome. It really was. Kind of went into the year and I was able to go to Tampa's rookie and main camp and had a great experience there and then tried to hit the ground running and I actually came back and broke my finger at the start of the year. So I missed the first month and a half or so and kind of could have put a wrench in my season, but thankfully coaching staff worked with me, good trainers at McGill. So I came in and we kind of started to go on a run towards the end of the first half, and we were playing really good hockey down the stretch in the second half. And when I went to McGill, we had a really young group of guys, a young team, and we were able to grow together over those 3 years. So at the end of this year, we all kind of knew it was our last dance. We were not MJ, but it was our last dance. So when when we were playing, we knew that it was the last time we are going to be playing together, and we built so many lasting memories and friendships that we really wanted to leave it all out there. And I think that was the thing, was from the start of the year we said this has to be our year. It's now or never, and we went into every game with that mentality and played for each other. And it sounds cliche, but that's what we did, and we had a lot of success doing that.
And like you said, just going into the season, kind of having that frame or mindset at least that this is your last chance. So kind of looking at it in that sense and just seeing everything you accomplished along the way. And I mentioned the individual success as well. Is there anything outside of those achievements that you're going to remember from your time playing university hockey?
You know what? It's funny. My two roommates at school were two former Victoria Royals. So
Oh, no way.
one was Mitchell Prouse, who I played with there for 3 years. We both lived in Esquimalt. I drove him around his first year when he didn't have a car. And then my other roommate was Will Warm, who I didn't play with in Victoria, but I knew for 5 years before he got to Victoria.
Wow.
I'm gonna remember the friendships from all the guys that I played with, but the relationships with my roommates, that's what I'm really thankful for. You become family in that times, highs and lows, and really get to know each other. And yeah, those two are two of my best friends. And it's funny how small of a world it is. We all end up at McGill roommates and had the best 3-4 years of our lives.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. The hockey world is definitely the small circles, but that's cool. You guys got to experience that together for sure. Of course, like going into the AHL, you mentioned it, the development league is it's the next platform, of course, to get to the NHL. But you got to experience a very good development league here in Victoria as well with the Royals. I actually have here your Scott Walford bobblehead. Of course, you were a fan favorite here as well, so I had to bring that one out. But just looking back, I have a lot of questions about your time in Victoria. Of course, I know the forefront is you signing with Syracuse, but just looking back now, the years have gone on. I know you finished your last season with the Saskatoon Blades, but just looking at the time here in Victoria, do you have a fondest memory that sticks out to you at the top of your head?
Winning the Scotty Monroe Trophy my first year.
Yeah.
Um, that was such a special group of guys, and I'll always remember I was walking up the stairs after we got knocked out in the heartbreaking game against Kelowna, and I was walking up the stairs. We had a post game meal, and I was walking up with Coleman Volrath, and Dave Lowry, our coach, stopped us, and he said, he told me, he's like, you will never play on a team as close as this again. Um, and you're 16, a bit naive, and you think we just won the league. We're losing four guys. We're gonna win the league again. Like, we're gonna be this close. Like, we're gonna. And sure enough, that next year we finished eighth in the Western Conference, had some injuries, and just we really struck lightning in a bottle that year, and we were so close as a group of guys. And I think back to just like the relationships from those teams, and I'd say, yeah, winning games and personal accolades and team accolades, whatever it is, those are great. But when you look back, it's the time on the bus. It's the times after practice where we're done at a good time. You go out for lunch pretty much every day with the guys. Victoria's probably my favorite spot in the world. I get bugged because I love it. And just whether you're going on hikes or kind of seeing the nature around there, going around to the ocean, Fisherman's Wharf, whatever it is, you're just spending time with the guys. And now that I look back, the only thing I wish I could do is I wish I could do it all over again to have those memories again.
Yeah, no, I mean that's definitely awesome. And like you said, the moment that you mentioned there with your coach and just talking about how close of a group you guys had. Of course, that season's going to go down in the record books for the Royals as well. And the crazy thing is, I was just going to bring this up. It's almost been 10 years now coming up on that. Does that make you feel old when I say that out loud?
100%. Yeah, no, it's really crazy. It's crazy how fast time flies. Like, it's
Yeah.
funny. Your first year, at the end of the year, your 20-year-olds normally stand up and say, like, you know what, time. They tell the young guys, time flies. Like, don't, like, make sure you make the most of it, but also too, you spend as much time with your teammates because that's what you're going to remember.
Yeah.
16, and you say, you know what, this was a pretty long year. Like, it's going to go by pretty slow. But then same for me. My last year was in Saskatoon and ended because of COVID, and kind of was taken away like that. And you think back and holy, this went by fast.
Yeah, no, it really does. And like you said there, like just all the moments along the way and the learning curves you get to experience. And just looking back, the 2014 WHL prospects draft the year you were drafted, just past the 10-year mark now. And with all that being said, you're still such a young guy, 25 years of age, going into the prime of your career as well. So lots to look forward to as well. But definitely had to bring up those fond memories here
Mhm.
in Victoria. So kind of looking back also along those years as you made the progress towards playing for McGill, now getting this contract in the AHL. From the time you first entered into the WHL and transitioned along, what part of your game do you think you've grown the most on?
That's a good question. I think the biggest thing that when I came into the Western League, Dave used to have a drill that we'd start with every day, and it was called rocket pressure. And it was a breakout drill, and I think that because of that, I think a big part of my game is my first pass. So I think that when I think back to then to how it's developed now and the confidence of making a first pass, whether it's been in the Western League, at U Sports, professionally. I think a lot of it stems from my first 2 years with Dave and just the high pressure that we faced every day, the first drill of practice. And it's not to say that in midget maybe I didn't have a good first pass, but we worked on it so much that it was all about finding different angles, finding ways to. It was so much problem solving at the start of your day that at 16 you were
Yeah.
nervous coming to practice, right? But when I look back, that's probably one of the things that I think I've developed the best over my career, and I can really attribute it to my first 2 years with Dave.
Yeah, no, that's awesome as well, and something that I think is a testament to the small. Obviously, it's not a small detail, but it's something that on a breakout pass, something that gets maybe looked over a little bit, but making sure they're able to hone in that skill obviously takes yourself and other players to that next level.
For sure, I totally agree. And it's something that as a defenseman, uh, we're supposed to defend, but we don't want to spend much time in our end. So it's
Yeah.
something that if you can get pretty good at, you see the elite guys, Makar and Heiskanen, all those guys, Hedman in Tampa, like they don't play as much in their own end because they're really efficient at killing plays and then they're really efficient at getting out of their own end.
Yeah, no, 100%. So that's definitely a great point, and I think for any young kid maybe listening to this as well on the defensive side of the puck, we'll take some good advice from that as well. But moving on now, of course, an exciting time for yourself. But as you look ahead to next season, is there anything in particular in your game that you're trying to take to that next level, or is it just overall building the muscle mass, everything up for next year?
I think, yeah, in the gym, it's about just getting as strong and fast and as explosive as possible. It's kind of what probably everyone is trying to do at this point in the summer. And, but on the ice, I think the big thing for me is just like it's trying to be tough to play against and just killing plays as quick as possible. It's something that I'm confident in my puck moving ability. I think I'll be able to see the plays there. And it's just about trying to be the most reliable guy on the ice. It's trying to earn ice time. And obviously, I spent a bit of time in the organization, but when I go in there, it's about taking ice time. And every time that I'm on the ice in a game and in practice, it's about earning more. So I think that's for me this summer. I'm skating a lot with a good skills coach out here, and whether it's offensively or defensively. Defensively, I'm trying to kill plays, have a good stick, kind of close out players, and then offensively, I'm trying to extend those plays. It's trying to keep my feet moving, not getting static and getting maybe locked in on one play. It's okay, that option's not there. Find the next one, next one, next one. Okay, got it. Make the move.
Right. Yeah, no, no, that's awesome. And it sounds like you have things kind of dialed in and all those next steps are in place as well, which is obviously great to hear. I know everyone in Victoria is excited to see how next season goes for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And it's kind of we move into the conclusion here. Just, I know you said how much you love Victoria. This one just came to me. Do you have a favorite spot in Victoria that you look back on and say, I wish I could go there on a good summer day?
So I'm really fortunate. I'll shout out my billets here, but they I lived in Esquimalt with Dylan, Danny, and Marie, and um, they had two dogs, and we would go walking at Sax Point, and
Oh,
uh, you know what? It's a beautiful area. It's somewhere that I really enjoy just the walks, whether it's just my billet mom and I, billet dad, mom and I. Dylan was there too, my billet brother, whoever it was. Like, it was such a beautiful spot. We normally stop on the park bench, and you're young at that point, so there's tough days, there's good days, there's things that you're going through, and they were such a good support system for me that we could just go and talk about anything. Didn't have to be hockey, just it was something that would get away, kind of be a little bit of a retreat, I guess. And I think back like, and I just love those evenings. Just they were relaxing, just spending time with my billets, and yeah, I'm still close with them to this day.
Oh, that's awesome, man. That's a great story. I'm sure they'll love to hear this as well when it comes out. But I think you've inspired me to go check out Tax Point a little bit later on this week, maybe.
It's awesome. Yeah, beautiful in the sun setting. It's a great spot to go.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. And last question for you: do you have any fun summer plans? Any travels in the midst of the off season?
Well, because I went down to Syracuse, I have a few exams to go right in Montreal, so I'll be in Montreal for a week in August. I'm coming over to Victoria to celebrate my Billet Brothers graduation in
Oh,
the next few
nice.
weeks here. So really excited to get back to the island. And then other than that, it's just kind of head down, trying to go tunnel vision and train as much as possible this summer.
No, love to hear it, man. And Scott, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me. And we're really looking forward to seeing what happened next season.
No, thanks for the conversation. Yeah, it was great going down memory lane. Thank you.